Welcome to Tomorrow Ready, quick LTC insights from JMA, a series where we provide you, employee benefits professionals, with news, tools, and views about group long-term care insurance planning.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tomorrow Ready. I'm Yvette Garzone. I'm here with Steve Cain. It is November, which means it's Long-Term Care Awareness Month. Steve, I feel like most people will not take long-term care seriously until it really hits them and impacts them personally. And I know that you have had your own personal experience with it. Do you mind sharing today?
No, don't mind at all. It's like one of these cautionary tales, right? Don't do what I did. My mom is 85 years old, and she's been in an assisted living facility for about 18 months now. She's happy. She's somewhat active. I just got a text from her caregiver showing her exercise with weights, and she's doing great. And so this is not like a tear-jerking story, but what this is a cautionary tale for people to plan ahead. And, shame on me as somebody in the insurance and financial services world that didn't do the proper planning with my mom. By the time I came to her with this discussion, she was uninsurable for long-term care, and there wasn't an option. She wasn't working for an employer that, was offering this on a guarantee issue basis, unfortunately. And so what ended up happening was stuff happens, right? Life happens, right? She had some issues, cardiovascular issues that led to lack of strength, that led to mobility issues. All right, she's at home. I'm one of three brothers. I'm in the middle. I'm physically most proximate to mom. I'm a few miles away. And, we would notice that mom's not moving the way she used to.
Yeah.
Hey, mom's got the normal cognitive decline of an 80-something-year-old. We're not
Yeah.
pushing the panic button, but just normal stuff, that she's forgetful about. And it comes to a point where we say, hey, we need to get a caregiver into that house a few hours a day, a few days a week. And
Yeah.
it was hard to find somebody, Vet, like just going through about three different agencies until we found a person that we felt like we could trust. And then coordinating the hours to make sure that this person was going to be able to be with my mom for the period of hours that we needed was tough. But we were lucky, and we found, I feel like we found the right person for mom. And then 3 days a week led to 5 days a week. And then 5 days a week led to 7 days a week. And then a couple falls later, we all decided that it wasn't safe for mom to be at home by herself, even
Yeah.
with somebody coming in. So at that point, we were probably spending like $4,000 a month out of pocket, right? No
Wow.
insurance. But then it came to, we got to find her a facility.
Yeah.
And, I'm busy. My brother's like, hey, go scout out some ones in the area because they're not in the area. And I'm like, okay, I can, but like I'm busy. I've got a
Yeah.
family of my own. I'm traveling for business, but you do what you do because you love your mom and you want to make sure that she's got the right type of care. So my older brother came up and we looked at assisted living facilities one day, did some scouting visits
Yeah.
until we found the right facility. My mom, being in a home for 50 years, making the transition from home to assisted living was really hard, even though it's
Yeah.
a beautiful facility. Like that was hard.
I could only
Um,
imagine.
yeah, and believe it or not, though, it was a little cliquish too with these groups of friends at the facility where she was eating alone. It was like a junior high story where
You
she was
can't
like,
sit with us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it took her a few months to get comfortable there. We actually brought in the home health care aide that was supporting her into the facility 5 days a week to make sure my mom was doing the activities and, socializing and being active. So there was that cost in addition
Yeah.
to a lot of the burden. Don't get me wrong, it still would have sucked, right?
Yeah.
There's still some parts that, are no fun. However, having a tax-free funding strategy for a long-term care event takes a lot of the responsibility off your shoulders, off your adult children, and just makes it easier to love on your loved one, not care for them, physically
Exactly.
caring for them. So I guess that's my 5-minute cautionary tale to everybody that you got to plan ahead for this stuff. I don't want to have my daughters go through the same thing that my brothers and I went through. So we own long-term care insurance, and as a a benefits professional. Hopefully you own it, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully you've done the right planning yourself, and hopefully you're bringing this conversation to the forefront with your clients.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a conversation that I have with my own family, and it's a conversation that I try to have with everyone, especially people around my own age group that they think that they're too young to have these conversations. Um, and it's just something that's just so valuable. It does not lose its value if you purchase it today, right? It's good for tomorrow. It gets you tomorrow ready. And we want to make sure that we're equipping our broker partners with all of the information that they might need to take this information to their clients. And so we have the essential guide to group long-term care insurance. It is available to you to download for free. You can take the link. It'll be in the description for this video. And we hope to see you guys next week. You can follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. Thank you so much again, Steve, for sharing that story with us.
No problem.